Okay, so I came here after work today because I was curious about our new available access. So this is on top of the roof. There's two pieces to it. So this is from the projector room, which I'll show that in a minute. This is the lower part of the roof. I'm assuming these were skylights at one time. This is some kind of like cover. This is like kind of hardened stuff over. Could have been skylights there as well. They just put this like, I don't even know what this is. Some kind of like rubbery stuff that covers the old things. So I guess that was the repair. Which begs the question, what's underneath all this? Probably nothing good. I'm guessing that's where it leaked. It's a bit squishy. So here's some of the original roof. You can see it's just kind of gotten new layers over the old stuff. Okay, and then the way to get to the top of the sanctuary is this. It's not the best, but it seems to be holding. Let's see. This is the sanctuary roof. It's also very squishy in some spots. Yeah, this is the same kind of thing. It looks like they just like tarred over the original stuff. Not really much to see, but I just figured I'd... Looks like they were doing something. Somewhat recently. Neat view, that's for sure. Looks like they were doing something over here too. Yeah. But yeah, pretty much they did the same thing on this side as they did to the other side. Is like this kind of hardened stuff over the... There's also some kind of lighter spots every so often. Originally I was thinking it might have been where the light fixtures, like maybe they had accessed them, but I think these might have just been like more recent patchwork over the older patchwork. Alright, so now I figure I'll do a little bit of footage of the upper room. So this is the like far right side room that I didn't know much about. This is the very rickety door that goes to the roof. Alright, there's our stuff right there. Okay, so a couple interesting things here. So there's a huge box of glass that looks like it could have gone to fans. They're mostly these kind of, I think they're like Hunter. I'm wondering if these might have been the original shades for those Harbor Breezes, because these look like those, they would go with those like Hunter kind of lights. There's also a kind of cheap, but this is still interesting, another globe, probably for like a bowl type fixture. Interesting they saved these though. There's also a newer light in here, like one of those. I don't know where that would have gone. This is mostly just storage stuff right here. There's nothing really that unusual. Bunch more ceiling tiles that I didn't know were here. Like brand new, looks like. Well, except for the bottom. Maybe not. Yeah, they're all wet. Had gotten wet at one time. That's too bad. Yeah, those are not really any good. Okay, so this is looking back toward the, so we got a big piece of conduit here. I don't know what that goes to. A bunch more of these. I should have brought a bulb up here. I don't know if those are live or not. There's a working refrigerator. I have not actually looked in here. Oh, okay. Another fuse box with nothing. That might explain a few things. Another one of those. That one is a pull, or part of a pull chain on it. There's a little shop light here that's clearly a newer one, but it works nicely. The pot there. A couple random things. And then this is the one that they told us about. This is the one that I believe controls the, I'm just now noticing some things are off. What's in this one? Ooh, okay, yeah, this had to have been original. And there's still fuses in it too. That's interesting, yeah, look how thick those are. And those are like an inch thick each. So these are actually all wiring here. Union label, series 1939. How about that? I don't know if I would assume that's the year. Certainly looks right. So this is probably from 1940 then, when they would have put it in. There's one empty one in the middle, but there's nothing going to it, so clearly that's not. You know. So based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like they just kind of bypassed this thing and then just, so you can see that wire comes out there, goes around and into the new one. And then there's Romex going out that way, which I would assume is probably something in there, maybe that light. But anyway, so we'll have to figure out what some of these do. I don't know if I necessarily want to be tripping them right now. This is from 2005, by the way, so somewhat recent. And then let's see what's in here. Circuit board stuff. This might have been, yeah, I have no idea what this is. Electronic. Oh, you know what? I think it's a thermostat, or used to be a thermostat. Cause you can see it's tied to. Okay, well, that's interesting. So yeah, so these reddish pipes, that's probably why they're painted red, are kind of like the heart of the original wiring. It seems, I guess arteries, if you want to use that analogy. There's clearly one that goes out there, and then this one goes back into that, and we'll investigate that in a second. There's something cut right there. This almost looks like it was an HVAC vent, maybe at one time. There's also a lot of random glitter stuck up here, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else super interesting. There's another vacuum. I wonder if that one actually works. There's another random box. Looks very old. Yeah, that's interesting right here. I wonder what these were for. Okay, so this is looking back out into, this is the part that, you know, that's the door that's been locked that you can get to from the lobby. So first of all, the floor is pretty cool. That's definitely 40s, maybe 50s. I'm also just noticing there's something that's clearly been covered up by this. I don't know what's behind that. Looks like nothing. But we'll have to maybe unscrew that and look. I was gonna try pushing up a couple of these tiles and see if there's anything interesting. Not really. Looks like just plaster. I mean, this is clearly was added later. Door is definitely original. Let's see. There's another outlet's been painted a million times there. Okay. So it's a mishmash of somewhat newer looking wires over here. There's an outlet down there. I mean, it makes me wonder because I mean, it kind of just looks like they're just tacking up walls, you know, to cover things up. Let's see what else. So there is, yeah, obviously I wonder if there's something behind this. This looks like it was just. Yeah, nothing to do about the tiles, at least over here. This is the desk. These are the windows that go to the sanctuary. There's the view. It's pretty clear that they kind of just started tacking on more circuits up here. I don't know if these are probably controlled by that box, the newer one in there. So there's a little fan right here. Also should note there is no climate control up here at all. At least the air conditioning is very hot up here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else too crazy. There's yeah, I'm also seeing a lot of this kind of stuff where there's like a random piece of conduit that's like almost in the wall. Yeah, electric baseboard heater. So yeah, they clearly just tacked some heaters on up here. Some old phone lines. Don't see anything in the floor. Not really. I really wonder what's behind here. That I might have to unscrew that and take a look, because that seems like that might answer some questions. This is clearly just for the heater. And it's just like solid wood right above that, so I kind of was thinking that we'd find some things up above it, but well, we'll keep looking. Okay, so this is the bathroom. This is my very first time setting foot in here too, so you see it with me. Actually, relatively decent in here. And another broken thing, or kind of broken. I'll try to close that up. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It just kind of clearly was an HVAC add-on. I'm betting this might have been part of that that slightly newer one. A little vanity, nothing too exciting in here really. I think that's a small water heater just for this. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot in here. Yeah, it's just pretty much just plywood right above it for the vanity. All right, well, I removed those two panels, and that reveals this. It's another fuse box. Clearly dates to the 1940 update, and unfortunately this has been entirely cut, and I don't see any leads up in there. So clearly this was hot at one time, and then they pulled it out to use it somewhere else. I mean, clearly this is I would imagine this is a pretty high amperage one. It just says 15 amp. So this actually was not that high. I don't know what this would have been. So there's a couple of fuses down there. There's a bunch of wires that go from it into the wall. And there's no like obvious way to see what's behind this wall, even though it kind of seems like there should be a way to see it, but I don't know if something was like walled off and at one time you could actually get behind here. But I'm pretty sure it's tied with this one, because as you can see, there's, you know, or this one, because see the red one goes into the wall and then more than likely comes out right here, or at least part of it does, and that would have gone in here. So this is just an old fuse box that's been decommissioned altogether. Looks like they had some arcing. Yeah, these are pretty much all cut, so this is definitely not live anymore. But interesting though. Okay, so I just killed the main on that newer gray one in there, so let's see what turned off. So basically everything in here is shut off. Every light that's in there is off. Let's see what else, if anything. So it did not affect the kitchen, so I would have been wrong about that. Yep. So nothing. I'm wondering about that light downstairs though. No, that is still on down there as well. Okay, so that doesn't do anything down there. Rec room's still on. Everything in here's still on. It did get the this side. So the AC and the 3 sconces on this wall, but that appears to be it. Nothing else really. I'll take a quick walk down the other basement, but somehow I don't think that affected it. Although I do wonder about that one remaining. Yeah, it didn't do anything in here either. I'm wondering if that is still tied with the strip light thing. Yeah, clearly nothing else turned off. Okay. Okay, so one thing I did try real quick was there were a couple of breakers on that box upstairs that were off. And I turned them on, so everything on that newer gray box upstairs is on, and there's no like obvious changes. Everything's working. The light back there still does not work. Everything else is, that was the only thing I could think of that never worked since we've been doing things here. Yeah, it honestly kind of seems like that one box is only for the projector room and this wall. So I don't know why it's wired like that, but I wonder if if that circuit was originally for the stage lights that would have been on this wall. Maybe the one and maybe that other one was for the cans, which that could be a problem if we end up wanting to put power to the cans, I guess, but I suppose we could just tap into something else. Everything seems to be working. I don't notice anything different. I guess the only other thing to check would be the basement. Okay, so confirm nothing else turned on down here either. So yeah, I don't think that box goes to anything but the booth and the right side of the sanctuary. Okay, so another interesting thing I'm noticing is I feel like there's a bit of space somewhere that doesn't seem accessible, and I'm trying to figure out how that happened. So basically that wall is flush with the ladies' room, I believe. I think that exit might just jut out directly to the outside. Ladies' room should be right against that wall. But as you can see, this is completely flat right there, and I know it's flat all the way to that over there as well. So there's clearly something above that, and yet there's no way to really get there, because again, there's a wall here and it's not to the outside. So I don't know. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I thought it went all the way up, but I guess what I'm saying is I wonder if once we get attic access, if we're gonna be able to see like this back here, because again, the rec room stops about here, and we know the ceiling's only at very least, or very most that high. And then there's this bit right there that you can't get to, which is where a lot of that wiring goes. So I don't know. We'll have to see once we can get into the attic if we can find anything in there. Well, I kind of debunked my own theory, I think. This is the stairwell ceiling, and then that is actually where it does end. So yeah, I guess there's really nothing back there, at least not accessible. Okay, so something very strange is happening here. This is the socket that's right by the roof door, and it seems to have some sort of power, but it has already ruined 3 different light bulbs, and for some reason it likes this one for some reason. It's an oddball, cheap daylight one that I had laying around, and I thought there was something wrong with the socket, but it popped 3 known good bulbs in a row. This is the only one that for some reason is not killing, and I'm betting there's definitely something wrong with this circuit. It's either, I'm betting it's getting not enough voltage or too much or something like that, because again, it would just pop good bulbs like that. So, but it does kind of work. This one, I have not gotten anything out of that. The pull chain's kind of wonky. I don't really want to mess with it, but so far I've not seen that one work at all with any bulbs. I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm definitely gonna be taking that bulb back out. I just wanted to show that it kind of works. Interestingly, that is not controlled by anything here. This is on the main in the lobby, actually. It did go off with that, but again, I don't know why it's killing bulbs, so clearly there's a wiring problem somewhere. Also, real quick thing, I went ahead and changed these two to 100 watt equivalent LEDs since I was up here. So it's definitely a little bit brighter in here. We'll see if we can maybe find a shade for that at some point. Also, let's just take a minute to appreciate the ingenuity here. Yes, that is an HVAC duct with a toilet paper roll mounted to it. So, what I'm also noticing is that, so this is the two boxes that are on the right side room of the upstairs booth. Well, there's also, clearly there was another circuit here at one point, and I mean, it's been spackled over 100 times, but, and that goes into the floor, and then part of it goes that way, and I don't know where that even ends. It just kind of goes into the wall. I can't really see it, but yeah, oh, right there, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what is going on here. Also, I just noticed this as well. I don't know what this is. It almost looks like it might have been a light kind of cover plate thing. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that off without a drill though, because this is all spackled over. I don't know. Not sure what that is. That's something to look at. So a lot of these, there's this one I was looking at a minute ago, this other random one that seems to go outside. These all feed right into this wall in one way or another, which this is I believe that would be the right side wall in the sanctuary. Yeah, so basically all these ones that are randomly feeding into the wall go into that right side, which I suppose makes sense if it's, you know, if this is what controls that. But again, I don't know what circuits are actually being used anymore versus the ones from this box. And yeah, I mean, this, I don't even know where that goes either. It seems to randomly go into this. I can open that. I'll have to get that up at some point too. That's definitely gonna be a point of interest because there's a lot of wires going into that. And I can't see it. Even if I could sneak the camera up there, maybe. I'll be back. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff feeding out of that hole. Just seems to go right above the tiles. I mean, one of them's definitely that light, and I think the other one's probably the bathroom thing. So, yeah, surprisingly not much above these tiles though. Yeah. So does anybody know what this is? It's just a random, like, get that to focus. I don't know. Almost, this little thing can move. I don't know what that does. It obviously doesn't do much now, but at first I thought it was a piece to like a coat rack or something, but I don't know. Almost looks like a switch in a way. I don't know what that is. It's not a button. No, I don't know what that is.